Hey, 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 hey. What is up? What is up? Man, we made it back again. Another clown ass day. Oh man, what is going on? What is going on? This is the No I Don't Know clown ass podcast. You already know what it is. Fuck it. It's been a rough week, rough time, rough couple of days, rough day at work, rough week, rough weekend. Whenever you work, whenever you at the corporate plantation, I already know how it is. My clown ass gotta be there tomorrow. You already know I'm gonna hit y'all with the did Jesus come back today? Looking ass. Anyway, we gonna get right into it. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get right into it. This is what I wanted to get into today. So we gonna get into it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Man. The real gangs in the United States. Let's keep it 100. What are the real gangs in the United States? The reason why I put that as the title, because we do not give them enough credit. We think it's always black on black crime. We don't know the origins of the black on black crime. We think everybody's responsible for the crime, but the people that's behind the curtain. I would say the biggest gangs are the FBI, CIA, the NSA, Cointelpro, that bullshit. I'm a firm believer that Cointelpro still exists to this day, and I'm a firm believer that's how they're orchestrating a lot of these killings and these assassinations. Again, I wanted to say, you know, I know it's been tough. It's been devastating to everyone about the loss of Nipsey Hussle. I'm not gonna keep talking about it in a negative aspect because I feel like some people just using it to cloud chase, and that's not what I'm on. But we gotta understand that's what killed Tupac as well. That's what they do. They infiltrate and co-opt people, and we gotta understand what the biggest gangs are. You know, I was reading this article on Twitter today how some hackers hacked the FBI's database. And now they're going to leak it and sell all the information they have to the highest bidder. I'm very interested to see what they have. I'm very interested. Very, very, very interested. And the reason why I'm interested is because the thing is with me, what else are they hiding? What else are they capable of? We gotta see past, you know, our own reasoning. Think outside the box. And the reason why why you pick this topic? Because, man, the government got their hands in everything. They got their hands in corporate America. They got their hands in every day-to-day thing that goes on with any aspect of corporate America. And not just the biggest gangs. You can tell the effects that they have on the people. They have the will of the people. And when there's a messiah, especially a black messiah, that could galvanize a movement and take the movement that the government has bestowed upon us, and then somebody comes and kind of rearranges the order, oh no, you gotta go. That's a fact. The reason why I would say that too is because I think we give ourselves too much credit for all the negative things that are going on, and we don't give them enough credit. How many times I gotta say gentrification, redlining? Where y'all think those things came from? You don't think that it's just some dumb motherfucking racist motherfuckers that was like, you know what, we gonna make where these niggers can't. No, these are systems that have been in place for years and years and years. We got to know that. We got to also know that when you have someone that's thinking outside the box and telling people to buy property and telling people to do things differently, there are going to be 100,000 people that are knocking that. Just for instance, look at Michael Jackson and all the great things that he did for black music. Even though he was the king of pop, he did a lot of great things for black music. He taught us how the game is really played. That's why he's buying up Elvis's shit. Elvis was a thief anyway. And he was buying up everybody's catalog. And plus he had that great deal with Sony where he owned 51% or 50% of Sony. You know they ain't like him. These systems are put in place for a reason. We got to understand that. We got to know exactly why they're placed that way. But there's always a balance. You have people that have hacked the system. You have people like Eric Snowden. You know, they would have rathered our brother Nipsey just be a rapper, smoke your little weed, talk your little shit, have your little girl, move out the hood, don't worry about shit, and going about your way. But he thought differently. So then now they have to put another system in place to counteract what he had going on. Because what happens is when you're tangible and people can touch you and feel you and they can talk to you, they start to view things differently. I just hope that the message doesn't get mistranslated, get lost in translation, and people stop buying property and people stop going back to the hood and doing the things that they need to do. That's why I like Master P. Hey, if you go on Instagram, listen to what Master P has to say. He said some very interesting things about, hey, I don't live in the hood, but I still go back to the hood and do for the kids and do what I need to do. But I don't live in it, and I don't blame them. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. I just want everybody to know who are the biggest gangs in the United States of America. And not just the biggest gangs in the United States, in the world. Motherfuckers act like the FBI and the CIA is just, well, we just deal with the United States. That's bullshit. The CIA and the FBI, you better watch Homeland. The CIA and the FBI and NSA, Homeland Security, them motherfuckers be everywhere. They're governing the world. They got system in place all over the world. So if there's systems that are in place all over the world, then monitoring and coercion, colluding, co-opting, that's their specialty. That's the special that's on the menu. And we got to understand that. Look at the government, the CIA, the FBI, look at them just like corporate America. It's the same way. They're looking at the bottom line. You know, it's so funny. I was on Twitter the other day, and we was going back and forth. You know, some other bot, I don't know, she's supposed to be a black feminist, talking about, because I kept saying, they were talking about Democrats, Republicans. And my issue is this. When you talk this Democratic shit, you talk this Hillary Clinton shit, then you talk this Margaret Sanger shit. So somebody rebutted to me on Twitter, well, Margaret Sanger, W.E.B. Du Bois, he wrote about Margaret Sanger. Yeah, but a lot of the shit that Du Bois didn't talk about was that Margaret Sanger was eugenics. She wanted to genetically annihilate black people. That's what everybody leaves out. Genetic annihilation. And I tweeted, do y'all know who Margaret Sanger is? And I think people are like, well, I don't care. That doesn't, but you need to care. And the reason why you need to care is because that's why there's a goddamn Planned Parenthood in the hood. Go to Beverly Hills if you live in California. You see any Planned Parenthoods there? Go to Bel Air. Go to Calabasas. Go to Malibu. Tell me if you let's Google and see how many Planned Parenthoods we find out there. If you live in Las Vegas, go to Summerlin. How many Planned Parenthoods do you see? But they always in the hood. We got to know what it is. And even if we don't know, stop thinking. That's another thing that these systems, the CIA, the FBI, the NSA, to me, that are put in place to create provocateurs and double agents and people to be on social media and be on Twitter and cause all this ruckus. Like this girl, she pretended like she was a black feminist, but I kept saying, then why don't you show us who you really are? Let us see who you are without the hair and the makeup and the costume and all this other clown shit. Let us see who you are. Never showed us a picture of who she was, but she kept talking this black feminist movement. Here's the thing. You know what I tweeted? I said, well, why don't you go work for a Fortune 500 company and let's see how far that black feminist movement gets you in a Fortune 500 company. See, that's the thing. Those are, as Dr. Claude Anderson teaches us, those are horizontal issues, basically lateral issues. You're moving laterally. Those are not vertical issues to the top. Forward issues, things that really matter. I don't care if I'm a black masculinist, but I need my people as a whole to move forward. That's what I always say about religion. Well, I'm Jesus said it. Well, nigga, I'm Jesus said it too. Oh, well, nigga, I'm Jesus said it 3. Well, you're not getting to heaven. Well, you're not getting to heaven. Well, I ain't fucking with. That shit does not matter when you're fighting the system of white supremacy. And you're like, well, this don't even make sense. Yeah, it does. Because the biggest gangs, FBI, CIA, NSA, all those gangs, who do you think are in the inside of these corporations of government or branches of government? The system of white supremacy. So while we sitting here fighting with each other about, oh, you're a black feminist. Oh, you're a Hebrew Israelite. Oh, you a Muslim. Oh, you a Moorish Science Temple. Oh, you are this. They are co-opting niggas like Eric Holder to kill and assassinate niggas like Nipsey Hussle. And then we come together for a minute, and then what we gonna do after? I wanna see how well the marathon does in 6 months. It should be sold out. Somebody that has a little bit of money or a little bit of wealth should be meeting with Nipsey Hussle's family and saying, you know what, we need to franchise these marathon stores and put them all over the goddamn United States. Let's show these people that we cannot be stopped if we come together. That's what I'm waiting for. Fuck all this wearing a shirt and representing them and posting pictures, and that don't mean shit at the end of the day. That's one part of it. The other part of it is coming together with a plan. It's just like reparations. It's true. We talking about reparations, but what are we gonna do when we get it? Have y'all niggas gonna go buy Escalades? Have y'all niggas gonna go buy Range Rovers? You know, have y'all niggas gonna buy Teslas and S550 Benzes and Beamers and all this other shit? Then there's gonna be another half that's gonna go buy my house because they ain't never had a house before. Then there's gonna be the niggas that they ain't even gonna buy no house, no cars. They just gonna go buy pussy. So you gonna have those niggas too. Then you gonna have the niggas that's gonna be balling till they fall. Then you gonna have the conservative motherfuckers that's putting their shit away for a rainy day. But what's the real plan? Because it's a system. And within this system, they got it pre-planned 10, 20, 30 years down the line. That's how good the system is. What are we gonna do about it? You know, how can we combat the system? That's why I always say this on every podcast. If you dry snitching, then you working for the government. You an agent of the system, you working for the government. If you dry snitching and telling on everybody and doing all that, that shit ain't cool. To me, anyway. So it's like, when do we say, okay, it's time to move forward, and we got to know what it is and who it is? How many times, and I'm going to keep saying every podcast, we so quick to, nigga shit. Oh, man, you know, ghetto ass nigga shit. Okay, but what made a ghetto nigga? What made black people so oppressed? The system of white supremacy is so good, it's got every nigga thinking that they supposed to go on the corporate plantation and outwork everybody just to be seen, just to be noticed and be respected. That's how good they are. And if you don't work hard, you're deemed lazy. That was another thing. We have to understand who Who is linked up with the system of white supremacy? Who isn't? Who is a part of the system? If you claim that you're not a part of the system of white supremacy and you benefit from white privilege and you don't speak out about it, then you are a member of the system of white supremacy. And that's a fact. And there is nothing else that could be said or done to change that. There are a lot of people out there that will pretend like, oh, from the black movement. Ain't nothing wrong with being for, you know, if you for the African movement, or you for the white movement, or you for the Latino movement. But I'll just break this down to you. Latino, Latin America, fine. But at the end of the day, I'll just say it like this. If you're Mexican, because Hispanic is not a race. That's a fact. If you're Mexican and you speak Spanish, Spain, where's Spain? In Europe. You're classified as Caucasian. You can act like, oh, well, I'm a Chicano, or I'm this, but you're still classified as a Caucasian. That's a fact. And your language in which you speak, that dialect, Spanish, that derives from Spain. So really, you're speaking the Spaniards' language, and that's in Europe. So they have their hands all over Latin America, and that's a fact. And that's why it's more likely that you'll see Mexican businesses everywhere, and you can't get mad at them. You have to look at what's going on, and you have to look and see how many other races are speaking up on behalf of black people. How many other races are saying, you know what, that is fucked up what's going on with black people? No, they're not. Because racism is the competition of resources. Who could obtain the resources to oppress and manipulate the system to their liking against another group. It's the competition of resources. That's what it is. It's the competition and pursuit of resources. That's what racism is to y'all, because y'all not a threat. We're the threat because we're the gods of the earth. And peace to the 5%ers. I already been looking at this book that I'm about to order. It's about the nations of God and earth, the supreme math, the supreme mathematics. I gotta learn that shit because that shit seems very interesting and dope. See, when people come up with things like supreme mathematics, and they come up with things like, you know, geometry and things like that, that lets me know we are the gods of the earth. We are the gods. The gods are within us. That's a fact. That's why we can run faster, jump higher, think, and we are the creators. We are the authors of civilization. That's why when I said that on Twitter, and I said, well, explain the pyramids, motherfucker couldn't say nothing. Crickets. And that's another thing. When you start telling people, hey, man, well, this is just my perspective, because a lot of times these government entities, they like division. That's why there's a bunch of provocateurs in every gang, clique, group. It's always a provocateur, a motherfucker that will hype you up to do some foolish shit to get you in some shit that's beyond reproach. You gotta know what it is, man. We gotta see it, we gotta believe it, and we gotta know what it is, know what's going on, know your surroundings. Study these people. Get these books and read them. Read The Burglary, so it can give you a little history on what's going on. Hey, I know it's the playoffs. You want to watch clown-ass playoff games and all this other shit. But just think about it. All this money y'all giving to Jesus Said It, y'all could be empowering yourself about Jesus Said It. Don't just take no preacher's word for it. Go study for yourself. And I'm not just talking about the clown-ass Bible. I'm talking about go get other books that talk about the Bible and how the Bible was written. See, that's the thing. Once you have knowledge of self, or just a little bit of knowledge of self, everything else becomes a lot easier to you as far as thinking wise, because you can see through bullshit. Like me, I don't smile, laugh, and joke with everybody like that, because I like to absorb their energy and kind of like see what they own and see what they about. And to me, once you're quiet and you get a chance to really see what they're about, that's all you need to know. When a person tells you who they are, believe them. Don't think they lying. Believe them. And you're like, why are you saying all this? Because the government is telling you who they are. The CIA tells you who they are. The FBI tells you. There's too many books that have been written by Caucasians, because I know how niggas are. When it's a nigga that reads the book and they be like, I don't know, a nigga wrote this book. I don't know how it is. You know how niggas be. But when you read, you get better perspectives. You should see exactly what it's about. And believe them. If the government will serve you McDonald's, Taco Bell, Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box was in trouble for serving horse meat back in the day. So if they will give you that, you know, all the time, French fries, all the stuff that tastes good, but we'll have you at the gastroenterologist. We'll have you where, oh, your kidneys are fucked up or this, or it just, that's by design. This is what they are capable of. I don't understand people. Before you know it, watch what's gonna happen. Alkaline water, the government will have their hands on alkaline water too. Because now they know that, oh, that's, they found our secret out about the real water they should be drinking. Not the bullshit water that we serving them with fluoride and chlorine and all this other shit in it. This is what your government, the FBI, CIA, the NSA, this is what they're capable of doing. But we always talking this conspiracy bullshit like we think that, oh, man, he's just a conspiracy theorist. So was it a conspiracy who broke up the Panthers? Was it a conspiracy who orchestrated the assassination of Fred Hampton? I'm waiting. Or Martin Luther King. People think, well, they killed Martin Luther King because he wanted racial equality. He wanted black people and white people to come together. No, they killed Martin Luther King because Martin Luther King wanted reparations, wanted that money. That's why now it's to talk about reparations, and everybody's fighting about that. You know what I'm saying? The ADOS movement. Who's in the ADOS movement? You got people attacking Dr. Claude Anderson. It's like, niggas got to stop with the bullshit, man. We are so disaggregated and just divided. You got to learn how to agree to disagree sometimes and not sling mud at each other. Disagree in public, argue in private, but stand together in public. Let's stop going at each other and trying to make a fool out of each other. And when I mean that, I mean on the social media platforms. I'm talking about people that are really trying to push the movement forward. I'm not talking about provocateurs and motherfuckers hide behind an egg on motherfucking Twitter and Facebook, and you don't even know what they look like, and it's probably some bot, because a lot of these motherfuckers are bots, controlled probably by the government as well. That's what I'm saying. And people are gonna, the system of white supremacy is probably gonna start making niggas feel bad that they want reparations. That's why when you get on the corporate plantation, don't speak of any of that shit. Go to work, do your job, and go the fuck home. Stop playing these games. Stop getting involved. Don't think these people are your friends and not your friends. You have to read Neely Fuller Jr.'s book. He teaches you everything you need to know about how they want to ask you your personal business, and they want you to come to work and tell, like, we have to stop a lot of that. We got to stop getting on this corporate plantation and trying to joust with other black people, thinking that somehow, some way, other Caucasians are going to think, oh man, that's a good nigga right there. No, they gonna be looking at you like you a coon and a Sambo. And I've observed a lot of coon, Sambo, tell them about the gun line boss, Hayward Shepherd behavior. I've witnessed a lot of that over my years at the corporate plantation, and it's sickening. I don't even drink no more like that, but it makes me want to come home and take 2 shots of Hennessy. VSOP, by the way. makes me want to take a shot of that when I witnessed that at the corporate plantation, because it's like, nigga, it's hard enough as it is to even have to come here and work every day. And here you are buck dancing and cooning, and that's what they want. We as a collective, that's how we get judged. We got to move forward as a collective. Whether you're ADOS, American descendant of slave, or you're Moorish Science Temple, or you sovereign, every movement has its ups and its downs. It's just about sticking together, knowing who the real enemy is, knowing who the biggest gang is. Oh, nigga, blood, I'm woo 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 blood. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, cuz, we woo woo. Okay, cool, cuz. That's right, cuz. But guess what? While you saying that, the developers are like, nigga, well, hey, we the developers, cuz, and we about to develop this neighborhood and gentrify it and run a goddamn subway through it, cuz, and we about to, and not only gentrify it and take over it, we're gonna move you niggers the fuck out of here, cuz. That's a fact. That's why it's like watching everybody kind of go through this whole catastrophic event. You know, speaking on our brother Nipsey, it's like I hope it's like a electric shock to your brain and to your heart and your soul to be like, oh shit, I gotta do better. I hope it does that, because that's the only thing to me that seems like it wakes us up, is when a nigga gets shot and get massacred and get killed. A nigga that didn't deserve it. You know what I'm saying? A nigga that was for the people. But we still, I've heard very few people, but the majority of people think it was it's just some envious nigga shit. No. Co-opted by the government. This is what they're capable of doing. If you watched Black Panther, what did that white dude say about Killmonger? Oh, that's what he's doing with his program to do. Infiltrate systems and take over the government and in the system. I got a book, Economic Hitman. I got to read that book too. Talks about jackals and how jackals will basically go into countries and they're like economic hitmen, and they try to bribe the prime ministers and whoever they can bribe and pay them with money so they can take over their government. This is a fact. See, movies give you half truths. Half truth, half fiction. But if you move the fiction out the way and start really paying attention to what they're talking about, you can learn from that. And that's what we need to do. When the FBI tells you who they are, believe them. That's why the FBI, they just watch until they have a case, and then boom. Their conviction rate is what, 99 or 95%? It's a fact. And then you even have to look at the FBI like this. The FBI, when you do something wrong the first time, they don't catch you and say, hey, we're gonna take you to court. No, they let you keep doing it over and over and over and over and over again until they have a big pile on you. And while they're letting you build a big pile on yourself and dig your grave, they send other people in to co-opt it and do dirt under the guise of, oh, I'm an FBI agent, I'm a DEA agent. That shit. We gotta know what it is. This is the same government that flooded the hoods with crack cocaine. And then when Freeway Rick Ross was buying property and buying people's houses, they had to slap him on the wrist. Hey, nigga, what you doing? You can't do that. We letting you make that money so you can sell dope. We're not letting you do that shit so you can buy property and liberate people. Fuck that. See, that's what I'm saying. Who are the biggest gangs? See, we just think it's the police, which, by the way, Barack Obama signed the Blue Lives Matter policy. That's why police can shoot and kill black people with impunity and nothing will happen to them. So why don't you think your lovely Barack Obama, which they ain't even his real name, who didn't even want to mention niggas when he first was in office, and you smiling with the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan behind closed doors, then you got in public, act like you don't know the nigga. That's some coon shit to me. So you can be a part of their system? Nah, I'm good. That's why they go amongst people that have a movement. Like Brother Ben X, FOI, from the Nation of Islam, as they kicked him off YouTube. Of course, he had his following is too big. Oh, you're spitting hate. That's why I like this podcast like this, when I got a whole lot of people, because I can say what the fuck I want to say right now. You have too many people, then they start adding rules and regulations to shit. I'm just waiting to see when there's going to be a brother that comes along and say, you ain't got to deal with YouTube no more. You can come on our platform and stream and fuck it, and we'll get it out to the people. And that's when YouTube going to start losing money, losing sponsorships, and some more shit. Oh, y'all don't think that these corporations are controlled by the government? Man, the government got their hands on everything. The only thing that the government doesn't fuck with, let's see. the Rockefellers' money, the DuPont's money, the Morgan's money, the Rothschilds' money, the Morgan's money. Let's see. The Vanderbilt's money. Shout out to Anderson Cooper, who's a descendant of Cornelius Vanderbilt, but got everybody thinking that he's on CNN because he white and ain't got no mustache and he moist. Fuck out of here, nigga. We know you come from money. And they always got everybody thinking that CNN is for black people because they got moist ass niggas on there speaking on behalf of black people, man. Fuck out of here. Y'all niggas is not for no black movement. As y'all report false news and fake news all the goddamn time. Just like Nipsey Hussle's funeral. They try to link some shootings and killings to his funeral. That was peace and tranquility at his funeral. That was a homegoing. That was not just a homegoing. It was the final goodbye to a brother that we all love. And here they go. Here go the news with the false narrative. And then, I don't know if it was true, but I think it was Twitter, and somebody had leaked tapes of police officers during the funeral talking shit about Nipsey Hussle. I don't know how true that was and how reliable the source was, but damn, I don't put nothing past none of these motherfuckers. Everybody acting like the police was one with Nipsey. Please, they was raiding his store every chance they could because they thought he was running drugs, money, racketeering, that shit. They don't think a nigga is capable of just running a legit business. That's a fact. No, you gotta be poor to run a legit business. You can't do it like Nipsey with swag. We gotta know what they're capable of. And we gotta have a different type of understanding of how far they will go to accomplish what they need to accomplish. Remember, our government was part of the assassination of Muammar Gaddafi. Now, why do they need to fuck with Muammar Gaddafi? Oh, I know why. Because Muammar Gaddafi wanted to have the gold dinar. And he would back that currency with all the Libya's wealth. And since Libya had all the gold, all the oil, all the salt, all the natural resources that the United States is lacking and other countries are lacking, they didn't want that. They had to get rid of him. And then they put a false narrative on him that he was raping people. Not, man, get the fuck out of here. But what he was doing was taking a stipend on all the exporting of the oil and giving the citizens of Libya a check. Facts. See, that's the thing. We get over here and we get comfortable and we don't think that the FBI, the CIA, the NSA, Cointelpro, we act like that shit don't exist. We really do. We act like it doesn't exist. Now you had Eric Snowden come out and say, hey, these people are doing some corrupt bullshit. Spying on people, looking through people's TV screens, looking through their laptops, their camera feeds. They can tap into any camera feed they want. That's a fact. It's just what price are you willing to pay? They can fabricate video. Don't believe no video that they put unless it's a reliable source. They can fabricate the video. They can put another person's head on a person's body. We don't know what they're capable of doing. So don't put nothing past them. Know thyself, but know thy enemy. And let me tell you, anytime you'll give resources to everybody else but black people, you on my list. Because anytime I see a bunch of Latino businesses everywhere, but when it comes to my people, it's crickets. Nah, I'm for my people. And anybody else that hang around black people and talking this, you a Tupac fan, all this other bullshit, and you around me personally, and I observe and watch how you act, and you with that system, I don't fuck with you. That's a fact. Be a guiding light and example to your kids and start educating them on what the fuck is going on. I could even look at the schools. I can go on that all day. Ain't nothing wrong with having a college degree and getting all that. But let me tell you something. It's a hustle. Go to school, pay hundreds of thousands of dollars so you can come work for us and pay you 25% of what you own on your college student loan debt. So you'll always forever be in debt and be a slave for our system. Not go get a trade like electrician, sheet metal, welding, things that you can do and you can double and triple your money and never have to be in a whole bunch of debt. No, I want you to go to school and get your degree in business management, some shit you can't use. So you can go work at the corporate plantation and sit at a cubicle and act like you boule, that you better than the next nigga that's pushing a mail cart or picking up the trash, but really you in the same boat as him. Because it's not your narrative, it's not your business, and all you are is a number to them. And that 9 times out of 10, a lot of these motherfuckers that get these degrees and go work on these corporate plantations, they don't take advantage of the stock, they don't take advantage of the 401k, they don't do none of those things. And they hop around from job to job and walk around with their nose in the air like they better than the next nigga. When in actuality, you on the same playing field. Because it ain't your system, it's their system. And for all you black people who are praising people like Jeff Bezos and all this other shit, y'all need to understand it's his system. He's supposed to be doing that. His parents gave him $350,000 in age to start a bookstore. That'd be $3.5 million right now today to start a bookstore. He's supposed to do that. Warren Buffett's supposed to do it. They're white and it's their system. Stop giving them more credit than they fucking deserve. Give them credit when the roles are reversed and it's a black system in place, and then they gotta move their way up the chain in a black system in a black society. Until then, you don't really get a whole lot of credit. It's your system. Start teaching your kids what the fuck it really is, but you can only teach them when you reading, researching, and doing the best thing you're supposed to be doing. If you out trying to look fresh, and you out here trying to chase a bunch of bitches, and you got are niggas and you got kids, then to me, you need to reevaluate your life and what you really trying to do with yourself. That's a fact. Have a better understanding of what your purpose is. Stop hating, being envious. Stop putting out that energy. If you don't like a person, just don't be around them. Don't be around a person that you don't like. Why would you want that energy around you anyway? Magnetize what you want in life and understand what it is that you're going to have to work harder because of the systems that are put in place. The system of white supremacy, according to Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, she teaches us that it's genetic annihilation. The black balls that niggas possess. That's why they would castrate us and cut off our balls and fuck with our dick and castrate us and shit back in the day, because they didn't want us procreating. Because melanin is dominant. We can create albino as well as dark. It's a fact. But we're the only race that can do that. Everybody else cannot. Our melanin is powerful. They study us every day, every year. The CDC, I feel like, is put in place to do things to be counterproductive to our melanin. That's just my view. They act like the CDC, Center Disease Control, please. Y'all making the diseases. So I don't want to hear that shit. Motherfuckers always, oh yeah, man, but the government, man, no. They're not your motherfucking friends. That's a fact. The government was responsible for the Tuskegee experiment. You better go read Medical Apartheid. Great book to read. Just be the guy, the best guy that you could possibly be for the people up under you or around you. Can't change the people around you, then change the people around you. I don't expect everybody to be a thinker like me, but I'll tell you this. When I would talk to people about our brother Nipsey Hussle's murder, when people would be like, oh, that's some gang shit, I always have to be mindful that, well, we're programmed to think it's always us. And then I try to say, well, yeah, it could be some gang shit, but let's see who's behind it. Let's see who's behind it, because gangs were created because of the system of white supremacy. We have to stop giving us the credit for the negative aspects of our people and start giving the credit where credit needs to be. The system of white supremacy. And within that system of white supremacy, you have the COINTELPROs, the FBIs, the CIAs, the NSAs, Homeland Security. I'm waiting to see when it's going to be a black director of the FBI and a black director of the CIA. You notice we ain't never seen that. Just like we ain't never really seen too many black governors. We don't even bitch and complain about that. We need to hold these politicians accountable. Hey, we need to have some color going on. Like, what's up with the black governors? You know, and then when we are in a position of power, we gotta play their game anyway. Cause like the black police chief of City of Henderson, I should have spoke on it on the podcast. I was like, I'll give her a year and she'll be out of there, and they just fired her. I wish I can get her on this podcast so she can tell us what the fuck really happened. But I'm pretty sure, because of legality reasons, she probably can't even talk about it. But we don't care. You know why we don't care? Because it doesn't affect us directly. One day it will. Like reparations. Motherfuckers don't want to talk about reparations right now. We ain't gonna get no reparations. We ain't gonna get no reparations. You know what I'm saying? But if there's a little inkling that we are, nigga gonna be the first nigga in line. And I'm talking about the niggas that's talking shit about, like Roland Martin and all these other clown motherfuckers. We gotta understand what it is. Stop thinking that success is Roland Martin and Oprah Winfrey. If Oprah Winfrey is black women's definition of success, y'all black women need to go back. My sisters, we gotta go back to the drawing board. And let me tell you why. Oprah Winfrey was buddy-buddy with Michael Jackson, but Michael Jackson started butting heads with them Caucasians. Now you co-signing a documentary and interviewing motherfuckers that you know are lying about a dead man. So that should let you know all you need to know about Oprah's big head ass. And she's probably losing money because if you have Robin Hood sends out letters and things like that. And she lost a lot of money in Weight Watchers. A lot of money in Weight Watchers. And she don't even own the OWN network. I think she sold her majority shares to the Discovery Channel. Because the OWN network wasn't doing shit either. But playing them clown ass Tyler Perry goddamn shows. And all he did was take one show and make it 3 different times. The first show is, God ain't failed me yet. Then the show after that is, Jesus, did you call me? And then the show after that is, damn, Jesus, am I going to heaven? That's the name of all his shows. Same shit. We got to understand what it is, man. Stop defining our success by them clowns that they place in front of you. You better start thinking about people like Michelle Alexander, the new Jim Crow. That should be a guiding light and an example for young black women. She wrote a book that exposed the prison system and mass incarceration. That was led on by our friends Bill and Hillary Clinton, who called us super predators and thugs. Know what it is, and they were a part of what? The government. The system of white supremacy. That's a fact. Hey, man. Sorry I had to hit y'all up early today. This is the No I Don't Know podcast. Appreciate everybody listening, subscribing. Hey, man, hit the bell, subscribe button so you can know when my clown ass be on. If not, I don't give a fuck because it's the goddamn internet. I like it this way anyway. I don't want them to do me like they did Brother Ben X. Shout out to the Nation of Islam. Shout out to Minister Louis Farrakhan. Shout out to Brother Reza Islam. I applaud those brothers. I appreciate them. You know, reading The Fall of America by the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, that showed me a lot about who I am and who they are. How to Eat to Live by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Great book to read. The Secret Relationship Between Jews and Blacks by the Nation of Islam. Yes, I read those books. Great books. I love that. I love their movement. Man, I'm proud that people are starting to embrace the Nation of Islam. Shout out to the God Body. Shout out to the Nation is God and Earth. The 5%ers too. We need that. The Moorish Science Temple, the Hebrew Israelites. We need all that. We got to bring it back to consciousness. When consciousness was cool. No diss for the mumble rappers and all that, and turnt and all this other shit and lit. And hey, I'm good. Hey, keep it lit. Do y'all thing. But I really want our music to come back to where it was. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the Nation of Islam. That's a fact. More people need to check them out. I remember once I was told, oh, he speaks hate. It's so funny, though. Everybody, all this shit to say about the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. But every time I listen to him speak, watch his old speeches, I go back to 88, 89, 91, 92. I ain't hear nothing about hate. I hear shit about facts. That's a fact. Hey, man. Hit the bell, subscribe. Appreciate everybody listening, subscribing. Hey, the Know I Don't Know podcast. Hey, man, shout out to Nuke. All right, I'm out. Peace.